Hey guys, I'm going to run you through a quick golf specific warm up that you need to be doing on a daily basis to get your body ready for the round of golf. This is what we're going to do in our class to get ready for the Stacks Speed Series as we swing with a weighted club fast a lot of times in a row. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do each exercise once. You might want to hit pause on the recorder and do it as many times as I say, and then hit play again. Okay, I want you to start with 12.5-pound weights. Again, we want to do a 5-minute warm up before we get to these. So I went 5 minutes on the treadmill at 75% pace, and that got my body ready for the stretch and the warm up. The first thing we're going to do is bent over flies. So bend over from the chest at about this angle. And from here with the knees slightly bent, toes forward with the kneecaps, we're going to go out. And you're going to do this 20 times. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to take these dumbbells and we're going to feel like we're dropping them straight down. And as they drop straight down, we want to feel the stretch in the back of the hamstrings through the posterior train. And we're going to go do that 10 slow reps. Those are called sunrises. The next thing we're going to do is straight 90 degrees bent over and just an upright 90-degree row. So we're going to pull it right in. As we do this, we're just going to do it 10 times. The last part of our dumbbell series, we're going to do clean and jerk. So from waist high, we're going to lift them and push them. And we're going to do that 10 times. We're going to do some standing hip cars. That stands for controlled articulate rotations. We're going to take our kneecap and go straight up to waist height. And we're going to go knee high and around and right back to where we were at. High and around. We're going to do this on both sides, and we're going to do both directions. We might go around and here. After we do that, we want to work on internal and external rotation. Internal is going to be leaving the knee here and throwing the shin or the lower leg out to the side in some quick fashion. I'm going to do 10 of these. Internal. Now external, we throw this leg over the knee and we sit down. We put this elbow into this knee and push into it and feel that external rotation of the hip. Next, we're going to go ahead and do a version of a toe touch, but the legs are going to be a little wider than shoulder width. And we're just going to drop our hands all the way down to the ground. All the way down to the ground. And from here, we're going to go into our A stretch. Is once we get down into the ground, we take our forearm right in between our knees. And then our other arm, stretch up to the sky. And we're going to do 10 per side after we do 10 ground touches. And we're going to do this on both sides. I want you to grab your 12.5-pound dumbbell again. It can be anything near that. We're going to do golf turns. So I'm holding only in my trail hand. You can do the golf grip if you have room. I don't have room on this. And I'm going to go into a golf backswing, and I'm going to try to keep my thighs in the mud. Don't let them move. So we're really trying to get the shoulders to turn only. Shoulders on top of the ribs. Keep the ribs tight. Keep the hips centered. Now everything is going to move, but it's going to feel like we're not letting it move. We switch and do that on the other side. Those are going to be our golf turns with no hips. Now we're going to go ahead and grab both dumbbells, and we're going to do a squat to a press. So throw these things on your shoulders. Squat position, shoulder width, toes slightly out. Knees are going to track those toes as we go down, and we're going to press. Press. We want to try to do this 20 times. And the last 5, if possible, squat, press, then stand. Next thing we're going to do is, if you can kind of see me here, I'm going to get down into a push-up position. I'm going to get my feet pretty wide because I am going to try to hold a glass of milk on my back and tap the opposite shoulder. Slow, controlled movements, shoulder taps, 10 per side. Since we're already on the ground, we can go into a prayer pose, which is where we just sit back on our heels. Try to get those shoestrings close to the ground. Stretch our chest and hands all the way out. And from here, I want to take my hands and put them behind my lower back. And I want to flap these elbows up and down 20 times. Flap, flap, flap. And you keep dropping your chest, trying to put all the weight back here on your legs. The next thing we're going to do is we're sitting here in a tall kneel, both knees sitting up nice and tall. And we're going to go from 2 knees to 1, just like that. Now, when we get to 1 knee, hands behind the head, and just work side bends. Side bend this way. This way, you can side bend any way you want. You might take this elbow across, and then on that side of the front knee, the other elbow across. So now we're working extension, flexion, side bend, just all crazy side bends. Do whatever you can. Feel like you're a plane out of control with these shoulders. Back to our tall kneel. And go to the other side. Side bend, side bend. Watch my leg work here, guys. I'm not going to make you do a 180 jump, but if you had to, you would bend, you'd put your arms to the opposite side you're about to turn, and you could do a 180 jump. Now I don't need you to do that, but I need you to feel like you're doing that as we put our arms back here, and I want you to feel like we're doing a golf post-up move here. Now my trail foot still has pressure in it. Boom. We're going to do this on both sides. So if I was doing the other way, it's not as natural, obviously, being a right-handed golfer, but I want to really feel the hips driving up and forward and keeping weight on this back foot, rolling that front ankle slightly, and getting into a good side bend. Now, once we get the hang of that, it's going to be hard, but once you get functionally moving, what you feel like is correct, and I'll be watching in the class, put your front arm up, get your other arm like you're doing a golf swing, and don't let this arm move. So same leg work, but we're keeping that chest back. We can turn all we want, keep this arm right here, and get into a good position. You still have support of this back foot into the ground, helping you push off of into that front leg and turn around on it. So we're going to do that on both sides. Okay, 2 more things. We're going to lie on our side. Hips directly on top of each other, perpendicular to the ground level. Lift and drop. Lateral leg lifts. Now, as we want to take this up, I want you to go up, stick your toe out, come down, stick it in. Test yourself on these. 30 would be great, 40 would be better. We do both sides. Toe out, toe in. And the last thing for our warm-up, we're going to do our glute bridge, lay on our back. Again, it's hard to see me. Lower back's going to be nice and flat. And then we're going to lift our hips and hold for 2 minutes. We're going to make sure that there's no pressure in our upper body. We got it in the thighs, the hamstrings, and the glutes. And we're holding ourselves up on those heels of our feet. We put our arms down at 45 degrees and we breathe. We hold for 2 minutes. That's it, guys. Do this every day and you'll hit the ball farther. No doubt about it.